and I am headed there to see a hypnotist. My mind is an unholy puppet show. It is not on my side, does not have my best interests at heart. There is the matter of forgetfulness, how in my early 30s I already exhibit a worsening feeble-mindedness, and how my mind is full of the forgotten, events that happened long ago and over the years that bred and feed my urbane derangement, and how I have told most of my stories so many times that it has become a way of forgetting. One thing I know for certain is that my memories are not the same as those of my brother or mother or father. We all have our own version of what really happened, of how it really was. It is a Rashomon history. If you took our 4 versions and laid them one on top of the other in bands, as they do in sound mixing, you would end up with a song of my family. I passed the field where we as a town burnt our Christmas trees on 12th night. There would be 100 trees or so, pine and fir piled like a massive haystack beneath the night sky, moon, and stars. Then whoosh! It was lit and began to burn fast, really fast, crackling, snapping, with a roar somewhat like the surf, and it smelled like the essence of Christmas. A sharp, thick smell like a pungent, rain-clean forest, and we hooted and cheered at the roaring, wild orange flames in the night. My best friend all those years was a Catholic girl named Maddie White, who lived half a mile away, whose family I adored because they said mayonnaise and toilet and wash, and because on Fridays they served tuna noodle casserole or English muffin pizzas. Maddie's mother wore her hair in a French knot, and you could push her pretty far before she would resort to the universal cry of motherhood. "You go to your room right now, and you go home, Nanny Goodman." Sometimes she would let us eat popcorn and tomato soup for dinner on Fridays. But unlike my mother, she wouldn't feed the hobos. Once she gave a hobo who came to her door the power of positive thinking. Hobos still arrived in town when I was a child. They'd get on the trains up north, thinking they'd arrive someplace from which they could go someplace else. But our town was the end of the line. So they would come by our houses looking for chores, chopping wood, or raking leaves. My own mother would bring them glasses of cold apple cider while they worked, and send them packing with a brown paper bag of salmon salad sandwiches. My father went to see a hypnotist a year before he died. He and my mother were visiting friends in New York, and one of them recommended hypnosis to help him quit smoking again. "It was truly something," he wrote to me. "I was half expecting Lon Chaney Jr. in Inner Sanctum. 'Look into my eyes,' he would say, and then send me forth on a quest for gopher blood or head cheese. But my man looked like a great gray owl, with agate hard eyes. There was a picture of him and his wife on the wall, and you could see that just as the shutter clicks, he is saying, 'No, I won't miss you, not any of you.' This look is what I would have expected to discover in the deepest recesses of my soul, but what I found instead was a soft, tranquil pool. Afterwards, I went without smoking for nearly an hour." My hypnotist is 60 or so, smiling and kind, John Kenneth Galbraith in LL Bean clothes. "How are you?" he asks. "Fine," I say, and offer as proof a leering rictus of a smile. His uncluttered desk and chair and the chair beside it, in which I now sit, are the only furniture in his office. On the wall is a print of a Chinese lion, the only decor. One window looks out on the bay, through trees. "What are you here to work on?" he asks. "Oh," I say, "anxiety, melancholia, fears of loss, rejection, death, humiliation, suicide, madness." He is nodding at me, kind and thoughtful. "Okay, then," he says. "Tell me what your strengths are."